Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a selfish giant. He was so selfish that no one liked him, not even the birds or the bees. The only thing he loved more than himself was his beautiful garden filled with delicious fruits, colorful flowers, and a sparkling fountain. He enjoyed sitting by the fountain and watching the fish as they played around him. One day, the giant decided that he wanted to enjoy his garden in peace and quiet. So he put up a sign at the entrance that read, "Keep out, no admittance." But the people in the village didn't listen. They were tired of hearing about the giant's garden, and they wanted to see it for themselves. One by one, they entered the garden and picked the fruit, plucked the flowers, and splashed in the fountain until it was drained of water. When the giant returned home, he was furious. He chased everyone out of his garden and slammed the door behind them. From then on, he spent all his time tending to his garden, making it bigger and more beautiful than ever before. He planted rose bushes, trimmed the hedges, and built a wall around it so that no one could get in. He even hired a guard to watch over it day and night. Years passed, and the garden became a legend. People from all over came to see it, but they could only admire it from afar. They stood by the wall and gazed at the roses, dreaming of what it would be like to walk among them. But the giant remained unmoved. He was content in his solitude and didn't care about anyone else's admiration. One day, a young girl named Lily moved to the village. She had heard stories about the giant and his garden, and she was determined to see it for herself. She walked to the wall and looked through a gap in the stones. She saw the roses and gasped in awe. She had never seen anything so beautiful. Suddenly, she felt a sharp pain in her leg, and she looked down to see a thorn from a rose bush jabbing into her skin. She tried to pull it out, but it wouldn't budge. So she sat down on the wall and cried. "Why are you crying?" a voice asked. Lily jumped and turned to see a little boy standing next to her. "I can't get this thorn out," she said, holding up her leg. The boy knelt down and examined the wound. "Don't worry, I'll help you," he said, and with a few gentle pulls, he removed the thorn. "Thank you," Lily said, smiling. "My name is Lily. What's yours?" "I don't have a name," the boy replied. "No one ever stops by the wall to talk to me. They just stare at the roses and then leave." "That's because they're too afraid of the giant," Lily said. "He'll chase them away if he sees them." "I'm not afraid of the giant," the boy said defiantly. "I'm going to find him and ask him if I can have a rose for my mother. She loves roses and hasn't seen one in years." Lily looked at the boy in amazement. "You're not afraid of the giant," she repeated. "But why do you want a rose for your mother? You can pick one yourself. There are plenty of rose bushes along the wall." "It's not the same," the boy said. "My mother deserves the most beautiful rose in the world, and that's the one that grows inside the giant's garden." Before Lily could stop him, the boy had already climbed over the wall and was running towards the roses. Lily hesitated for a moment, then climbed over the wall herself. She couldn't bear the thought of the boy getting hurt. As they ran through the garden, they saw the most beautiful flowers they had ever seen. They smelled sweet and looked like they had been painted by an artist. "Stop right there," a voice boomed. The boy and Lily froze in their tracks. They turned to see the giant standing in front of them, his face red with anger. "Why are you in my garden?" he roared. "I'm sorry," the boy said, raising his hands in defense. "I just wanted to pick a rose for my mother. Please, can I have one?" The giant looked at the boy and saw the innocence in his eyes. For the first time in years, he felt a pang of sympathy. "What's your name, little one?" he asked. "My name is Thomas," the boy replied. "Well, Thomas, I'm going to make you a deal," the giant said. "You can have the most beautiful rose in my garden if you can answer my question." Thomas's eyes widened. "What's your question?" he asked. "Why do people love gardens?" the giant asked. Thomas thought for a moment. "Because they're a place of beauty and peace," he said. "They make people happy." The giant nodded. "That's right," he said. But I don't want this garden for myself anymore. I've grown tired of it and I don't find it beautiful anymore. Thomas and Lily exchanged surprised glances. Could this be the end of the selfish giant? If you don't find it beautiful, then let me show you something, Thomas said. The giant looked at him in confusion. What do you mean? Close your eyes, Thomas said. The giant hesitated for a moment, then closed his eyes. Thomas took a deep breath and began to sing. It was a song about nature, about the beauty of the world and the joy it brought to people's hearts. As he sang, Lily joined in, and soon their voices were echoing through the garden. They sang about the trees and the flowers, the birds and the bees, the stars in the sky and the moon above. When they finished singing, the giant opened his eyes and looked at them in wonder. That was beautiful, he whispered. Then make me a promise, Thomas said. What kind of promise? The giant asked. Promise to let the villagers enjoy your garden again, Thomas said. Promise to make it a place where people can come and be happy. The giant looked at Thomas and saw the sincerity in his eyes. He knew that he had made the right decision by letting him and Lily into his garden. I promise, the giant said, his voice trembling with emotion. From this day forward, my garden will be open to everyone. It will be a place where people can come and enjoy the beauty of nature. And so the selfish giant kept his promise. He tore down the wall and removed the guard, and once again, people were free to enter his garden. They came from all over to see the roses and the fountains, to pick the fruits and flowers, and to splash in the water. Children laughed and played, birds sang in the trees, and the bees buzzed among the flowers. The giant watched from a distance, a smile on his face. He had finally found what he had been looking for all along, the joy of sharing beauty with others. As for Thomas and Lily, they continued to visit the garden often. They sat on the wall and watched the people below, knowing that they had played a part in transforming the selfish giant's heart. And that is the story of the selfish giant. If you liked this story, please subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.